The suspect in a hit-and-run case in Cheongju that captured national attention has turned himself into police. President Park Geun-hye is taking on the issue of child abuse committed by daycare teachers after several high-profile cases, visiting a daycare center to talk countermeasures. And Central Seoul residents and merchants are protesting the city government's plan to convert an overpass into a walking path, a la New York's Highline Park. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Friday, January 30th. I'm Luke Clary. The suspect in a hit-and-run case that took place in Cheongju, North Chungcheong Province earlier this month surrendered to the police Thursday night, 19 days after the accident, which grabbed national attention.
What's known as the cream bun hit-and-run case has grabbed the Korean public's ardent attention. The key suspect of the crime, a 37-year-old identified by his surname Ho, finally gave himself up to police at 11:08 p.m. Thursday. Ho walked into Heungdeok Police Station in Cheongju City, where the hit-and-run investigation headquarters was set up, and gave himself up. It's 19 days after the unfortunate incident took place. Ho is found to have been driving under the influence before he hit the victim and ran away.
사람이라기보다는 그냥 조형물이나 뭐 그런 건 줄 알았습니다. 자루나. 죄송합니다.
The investigation was making little headway with no clear leads found in test results issued by the National Forensic Service. Then the police on Thursday afternoon identified a new car model as the suspected hit-and-run vehicle based on CCTV footage retrieved only 170 meters away from the accident site. With this latest lead making news headlines, the suspect's wife contacted police around 7 p.m. Thursday.
스스로 걸어서 건물 쪽문을 통해서 들어와서
Ha went to work as usual even on the day he surrendered to the police. But the family of the deceased victim thanked Ha for giving himself in.
President Park Geun-hye visited a daycare center to hear more about the issue of child abuse committed by daycare teachers. The president said that installing surveillance cameras would not be a fundamental solution to the problem, but it's a temporary necessity.
President Park Geun-hye, who has been visiting the public frequently these days, recently visited a child daycare center. The center has been lauded for its exemplary management by actively involving parents. The president met with the parents and teachers and discussed with them ways to eradicate child abuse by mandating surveillance cameras at child facilities.
우리 아이가 정말 밝게 웃는 모습 그리고 뛰어다니는 모습이 진정한 CCTV라고 생각하고 있고요.
사실 뭐 CCTV는 근본적인 대책은 아닙니다. 그러나 이제 뭐 이렇게 여러 가지로 일이 자꾸 벌어지니까 우선 그렇게라도 하면서 일시적으로 필요한 것이 아닌가 그런 정도로 생각을 하고 있습니다.
President Park vowed active support in setting up more child care centers run by businesses for employees' children and stressed the importance of building mutual trust between parents and caregivers. At the meeting, the parents and teachers urged retraining and better treatment for teachers, as well as more support for private daycare centers. President Park ordered the welfare minister to take all those opinions into account, as the solutions are sure to be found in the field.
Protests over Seoul City Mayor Park Won-soon's daring plan to create a park on the Seoul train station overpass continue. Seoul City says that the passenger-friendly project will allow people to enjoy tourist spots on foot, but merchants and residents in the area demand the plan's withdrawal, saying the overpass bringing traffic to their businesses has priority over a public park.
This 1 kilometer-long overpass just outside Seoul train station connects the Mallidong area and the vicinity of Namdaemun Market. The Seoul metropolitan government has again made it clear that it will push ahead with the plan to turn the overpass into a park despite opposition by local merchants and residents.
차가 속도를 낼 수 있는 어떤 그런 지역이 아니라 보행이 활성화된 이런 지역으로 또 이렇게 돼야 경제적으로 발전할 수 있다는 것이 전문가들의 보편적 견해입니다.
Under the plan, the city will extend the overpass by 200 to 300 meters at the location above Twege Boulevard. This will enable pedestrians to walk all the way to Nam Mountain and the shopping district of Myeongdong. Also, 17 walkways leading to the ground level will be installed on the overpass to boost pedestrians' accessibility to nearby tourist destinations. Seoul City will also commission surveys on ways to revitalize the Seoul Station and Namdaemun Market area. However, merchants and residents in the 3 nearby districts are in stiff opposition. They argue that traffic being cut off will deal a blow to local commerce and threaten their livelihood.
On Wednesday morning, a taxi crashed into the trees on a pedestrian walk, killing the driver. Authorities presume that the accident was a result of speeding, drowsy driving, and fatigue. Here's more on the hazards posed by nighttime taxis.
A taxi has been destroyed beyond recognition in an accident. The vehicle crashed into trees on a pedestrian sidewalk. The driver died at the scene. Police presume that the primary cause of the accident was speeding. Drivers of corporation-owned taxis complain that speeding is unavoidable because they must earn enough money on a daily basis to be able to return a required amount to their employers.
밤에 이제 술 손님들 좀 나오고 하니까 얼른 태워다 주고 또 올라가 총알이야 총알.
Taxis run at terrifying speeds on a bridge. Their speeds reach 60 miles an hour or 96 kilometers an hour. Taxis can frequently be seen running at over 100 kilometers an hour. Some even reach 120 kilometers an hour, double the speed limit on this bridge. Harsh working conditions for taxi drivers are another factor behind the accidents. Drivers of corporation-owned taxis suffer from chronic fatigue and drowsiness because they work in 12-hour shifts. This taxi was trying to pass a truck at 100 kilometers an hour, but ended up crashing into another car that was changing lanes. In another accident, the taxi moving at 130 kilometers an hour was unable to avoid hitting a pedestrian. Drastic measures are needed to prevent speeding taxis from threatening the lives of more people.
It's every elevator rider's worst nightmare, an elevator breakdown at a luxury apartment complex in Gangnam, southern Seoul. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but people trapped inside the elevator waited in fear for half an hour to be rescued.
A person steps into the elevator along with a child. Seconds later, the lift jolts to a halt, causing the person to hold the child tightly. The jolt was hard enough to tear up the elevator's ceiling. The 2 people shivered in fear for 30 minutes before an official from the elevator company arrived.
어떤 턱이 좀 있고 중간에 멈췄다는 거죠. 그 순간 기술자가 와서 처리를 해줘야 2차 사고를 예방할 수 있는 그런.
The lift is believed to have come to a sudden halt when its automatic safety system activated due to an electromagnetic interference of computer signals that control the elevator.
신호들을 체계들이 불안정할 때, 그럴 때 정지시키거든요.
Of the roughly 1,100 elevator malfunctions reported in 2013, stoppage and malfunctioning doors accounted for the majority of the cases at 92%. Experts advise that when trapped inside a lift, people should not try to escape, but wait for help to arrive.
Since more people own pets these days, more animals seem to end up on the streets. The government will amp up punishment for owners who abandon their pets, and starting next year, all pet dogs will get integrated registration chips, while veterinarian clinics will be mandated to include pets' registration numbers in medical records.
Under the current law, pet dogs that are over 3 months old and their owners must be registered at a local administrative office. The law took effect in 2013 to find lost pets more easily and prevent owners from abandoning their pets. Pet owners can choose from integrated or external chips or identification tags, but starting next year, only integrated chips will be used. That's because external chips and identification tags can be removed easily, which makes them less effective. The new regulation will also mandate veterinary clinics to include pet dogs' registration numbers in their medical records, so that lost pets can easily be returned to their owners. Those who abandon their pet dogs will be fined up to approximately $2,700. Pet owners who fail to clean up their dog's excrement will have to pay up to $455 in fines. The new law will also require that owners who have no choice but to abandon their pets pay a certain amount of money to renounce their ownership rights. In such cases, the abandoned pets will go into the custody of the local administrative office.
Repair work is underway at Soguram, an ancient grotto that has withstood more than a millennium. But concerns have been raised over the possibility that a concrete structure erected for repair in front of the Soguram grotto could damage one of Korea's national treasures.
A protective bungalow was built at the entrance to the Soguram grotto. The concrete platform resembling an altar was built right in front of the bungalow. It's about a meter high and takes up most of the grotto's front yard. Underneath the steel plates covering the concrete surface is the base for a stone lantern built together with Soguram. It's also surrounded by concrete. These structures were built above ground to support the facilities needed to repair the protective hut.
밑에 있는 땅 원형이 이미 손상된 상태거든요. 그러니까 그 손상된 상태를 다시 복원한다는 것이 어렵지 않을까 그렇게 생각을 합니다.
Builders have tried to remove the concrete now that the repair is over, but concerns have risen that vibrations caused by the concrete demolition could damage the Soguram grotto. The city of Cheongju, in charge of the concrete removal, is looking for a solution, such as placing a vibrometer at the site.
진동이 있을 경우에는 공사를 중지하기 때문에 문제가 없을 걸로 생각이 되는데 어떤 진동기를 설치, 위치라든지 이런 거를 다시 한번 검토 중에 있는 상황이기 때문에.
But the city of Cheongju needs to come up with more thorough and careful solutions, since even a single big shock could bring irrevocable damage to the national treasure.
Which K-pop song was the most popular in 2014? Well, a music chart tally shows that Some by Soyu and Junggi-go was the year's biggest hit. That and more coming up in today's Showbiz News.
Some is a song that playfully describes how young people develop romantic relationships these days. Sung by Soyu of Sistar and Junggi-go, the whimsical song topped the final tally of the Gaon chart and other music charts in 2014. The duo swept several awards and music shows, including KBS's Music Bank, winning 22 trophies in all. As the movie Ode to My Father attracted more than 12 million moviegoers as of January 25th, Kim Yoon-jin, one of the movie's lead actors, honored her promise to donate approximately $11,000. During the film's promotional tour, she had pledged to donate 12 million won, roughly $11,000, to Child Fund Korea if Ode to My Father topped 12 million viewers. Tammy Im was the first Asian woman to win a popular talent show in Australia with her overwhelming singing talent. She has returned to her native Korea again with her second album. The album, Heartbeats, is a typical pop album largely composed of ballads which serve as perfect vessels to show off her amazing voice.
The winter chill makes it harder for people to go outside and exercise regularly. Recently, a high-intensity, time-efficient workout is enjoying popularity, and proponents say it gives you the benefits of a long, hard workout in a fraction of the time. Today, we explore high-intensity training. A high-intensity 4-minute fat-burning workout called Tabata is getting a lot of attention. In the intermittent training approach, people do a certain move accurately for 20 seconds as fast and powerfully as they can before taking a 10-second break. Repeat the session 8 times, and that's all for the 4-minute intensive training program. The workout was named after its creator, Izumi Tabata. The high-intensity interval training approach is growing popular since it's said to enable people to gain the physical effects of an hour's workout in a 4-minute exercise.
강도가 세니까 4분밖에 안 했는데도 나 정말 운동했구나 이런 느낌이 좀 많은 것 같아요.
4분 운동하는 경우에도 단위 1분당 칼로리 소비량이 높기 때문에 충분한 효과를 낼 수 있습니다. 특히 체력 향상이나 어떤 기능적인 능력을 향상시키는 경우에 더욱더 도움이 될 수 있습니다.
However, the intensity speedy exercise inevitably entails the risk of injuries.
운동을 처음 시작하시는 분이라든가 특히 체중이 많이 나가시는 분들, 혈압이 평소에 높으신 분들의 경우에는 반드시 피하시거나 다른 운동을 먼저 하시는 것을 권장해드리고 싶습니다.
This high-intensity exercise involves electrical muscle stimulation. While exercising, people wear a device that generates electric impulses through electrodes to increase physical stimulation.
사용하지 못하는 그런 근육까지도 동원할 수 있는 특징이 있기 때문에 저주파 치료기 같은 경우에는 굉장히 근력 훈련 효과가 크다고 할 수 있겠습니다.
Next, let's take a look at a 30-minute women's fitness program. It has exercises switch machines every 30 seconds to do muscle and aerobic exercise simultaneously and burn fat and calories. The intensity of the workout can be adjusted based on exerciser's strength and capacity.
이렇게 짧은 시간에 이렇게 땀을 많이 흘리고 나면 몸이 가뿐해지는 것을 느낄 수 있어요. 그래서 아무리 힘들 때도 30분씩 저를 위해서 꼭 운동하러 나오고 있습니다.
These high-intensity workout programs are touted to be very effective, but you can get the full benefits from exercise taking your regimen slow and steady over a long period of time. And now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.